Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to the 80s. And to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I almost feel a little bit sad right now because this is it. This is the last song on Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell, which I don't know if I've ever come across an album in my life, ladies and gentlemen, since maybe possibly Moving Pictures, that from start to finish has been perfect. This is what I almost would put in the league of perfection, because there is no moment, singular or plural, that I felt was weak. Everything worked. Everything came together. Every decision they made was to make this good. In fact, not good, to make this great. And it's just the electricity, the imagination, the spiral, the passion is everything, and is everything you can see, and all the images they conjure up at once. And this is how it is going to end, with Lonely Is the Word. So I'm almost reluctant to even do this, because I just want to pop this in again and listen to it from the beginning. So maybe I'll get the chance after this, so here we go. Oh my God, no.
It's a long way to nowhere, and I'm leaving very soon. On the way, we pass so close to the backside of the moon. Hey, join the traveler if you've got nowhere to go. Hang your head and take my hand. It's the only road I know. Oh, lonely is the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been higher than stardust. I've been seen upon the sun. I used to count in millions then, but now I only count in one. Come on, join the traveler if you got nowhere to go. Hang your head and take my hand. It's the only road I know. Yeah, lonely is the word. Got to be the saddest sound I've ever
Good.
Damn. This bad. I am there. The page.
Wow.
Then
That was actually quite somber and quite deep, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I shouldn't really be surprised, but this was. You know what? I actually am sort of like a little bit astonished. Ending off Heaven and Hell is that it ends, ladies and gentlemen, relatively quite sad, because it's an entirely song about being basically now a minority of one, but you are reduced to tears. You are reduced to having nothing. You are now completely left alone in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And this was beautiful. Like, the riffs that we heard in this it's almost like symptomatic of the man just like falling through the cracks of life, and now he's just sort of like floating on the wind, trying to find a place for him to call home. And even though this is one of those songs where there's not too many lyrics, it's more just about like the feeling of where it takes you. It's the lyrics are basically just what little story there needs to be. It is metaphorical of the wind, and the music, it paints an incredibly gloomy picture of being reduced to nothing, to being described as nothing. And now he hasn't even got a place to call his own. Now he is a vagabond, a nomad, a nobody. He is a minority of one, and there is nowhere he can call home. It's borderline really sad, actually, for an album that, to be honest, has been incredibly dramatic, but also incredibly poignant and inspiring. But this feels like it kicks you in the nuts and throws you completely out the window. Which, to be honest, isn't 100% a bad way to end this off. But I also feel like it's the most telling part of this album, because, well, more than anything, is that it's bold, and it showcases you the world, ladies and gentlemen. It showcases the best and some of the worst parts of the world, and then finally, it just throws you to the curb. I mean, considering that previous songs on this album, ladies and gentlemen, talk about being lured into temptation via seductive women. And then it also talks to you about being almost thrown into the ring of fire via manipulative the scam involving probably just money and stuff like that. It's no wonder this guy has probably been just kicked to the curb through his own fault and stuff like that. But with all of that being said and done, I still really love this. And probably I'm just going to listen to it again anyway, because this was probably the best part of like the second half of this album. But then again, there are so many moments to go over, and there's just too many things to say, because this was great from start to finish, and I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen, because what happens if I straight up do... What if I just do every single album from the Dio years? What if I just did it like that? Because I still want to... I am far from finished. In fact, I'm borderline just getting started. So, I suppose the only way we can really... Let's put a little bow on this and end it in the most appropriate way we can imagine. And that is, we can think about what Ozzy Osbourne's opinions of heaven and hell are. His opinions are apparently mixed, and saying it doesn't sound like Black Sabbath, and others saying it was a turning point for the band. He thought the album was great, did a good job from 79 to 82. So... yeah, that's... actually, to be honest, I didn't even realise Dio was only there for like 3 years. But I've got to straight up do like an entire video about like Ozzy's opinions on like the Dio years, because I reckon they're probably numerous and almost conflicting. But with all that being said and done, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Lonely Is the Word by Black Sabbath, and I hope you guys enjoyed this journey, and, well, 2 albums down, many, many more to go. So, take care, and I'll see you guys again next time. Take care, and bye-bye for now.